On today's show, Dr. Jim Meehan joins us to discuss the facts about the false models that spread the fear of the coronavirus and the inflated number of cases and deaths that perpetuated the fear that falsely justified your government's decision to take away your rights to peaceably assemble, to strip away your constitutional rights.
I am a physician that is trained in ophthalmology. That's my primary training, ophthalmology. I specialize in ocular inflammation and immunology. I continued my training after my residency training, though, and I've also been trained in preventive medicine, interventional endocrinology, and addiction.
Who actually should be scared of COVID-19?
Anybody that should be afraid of COVID-19 needs to be afraid of the flu. Masks have no scientific basis to support community wearing of masks. We're messing up with this social distancing, cowering in our cages and our lockdowns. We are destroying the one thing that really works to improve the health of our community, prevent the transmission, and protect the vulnerable populations. Is we are not enabling herd immunity. They're trying to fear us into submitting to a vaccine that they want to mandate. They want to mandate it for every human being on the planet. A vaccine made by a pharmaceutical company called Moderna. Moderna is funded by the Gates Foundation. Gates also funded the Wuhan lab in which this virus emerged. The Moderna vaccine is being manufactured using an aborted fetal cell line. On the moment of that child's entrance into the world, it's captured in a saline bag, a bag full of saline fluid. It basically drowns, and then it's quickly moved to the laboratory where it is vivisected. Dr. Fauci has a long history of, in my opinion, fraud, corruption, pseudoscience. He's been stealing the ideas of many of his subordinates in the NIH and the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease. He has, in fact, violated international treaties against the development of bioweapons or gain-of-function studies. Dr. Fauci should be charged with treason, fraud, cooperation with our enemy, in fact.
Can we trust Dr. Fauci?
Absolutely not.
My name is Jason Beasley. I am not white, and I'm not being paid to say this. I wanted to go over 4 quick facts to help you better understand the coronavirus.
Why is California coming into your home and separating you from your family?
We'll isolate every one of them, and we will find every one of their contacts, and we will make sure that they stay quarantined, and we'll check in with them every day. There are going to be thousands of people hired who will be these contact investigators throughout the state. And this is occurring in many, many other states as well, perhaps all of the states. And so we'll be moving people like this into other kinds of housing that we have available.
My name is Julia Marriott, and I am a wife and a working mom to a 3-year-old daughter. Why is Dr. Fauci funding the controversial Chinese Wuhan lab with millions of US dollars? At least one poll shows that Americans now trust Dr. Fauci more than they trust President Donald Trump. Just last year, Dr. Fauci's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases funded scientists at the Chinese Wuhan lab to work on gain-of-function research on bat coronaviruses. Most scientists criticize gain-of-function research because it actually manipulates viruses to dramatically increase their contagiousness and actually has the potential to cause pandemics. Why would you want to increase the contagiousness of a virus that can cause a pandemic?
We also now know that NIAID, the department associated with the National Institutes of Health, of which Dr. Anthony Fauci is in control, had already been conducting experiments with the Wuhan lab in the past in regard to coronavirus.
Doctors online that have made their own webcam videos, just perplexed by the protocol that the CDC had given them.
Why are we being pressured to add COVID to maybe increase the numbers and make it look a little bit worse than it is? I think so.
If someone dies with COVID-19, we are counting that.
You don't die with an infection. You die from an infection.
If you have a COVID-19 admission to the hospital, you'll get paid $13,000. If that COVID-19 patient goes on a ventilator, you get $39,000.
We're not wearing masks. Why is that? Because we understand microbiology, we understand immunology, and we want strong immune systems. Our immune system is used to touching. We share bacteria, staphylococcal, streptococcal bacteria, viruses. We develop an immune response daily to this stuff. When you take that away from me, my immune system drops.
Wearing the mask literally activates your own virus. You're getting sick from your own reactivated coronavirus expression.
There is no dissenting voices allowed anymore in this free country, which is something I never thought I would live to see.
It's beyond comprehension how a society can be so fooled that the types of propaganda continue to where they're just driving us to hate each other.
And I'm blown away why there are not more doctors like me talking about this all over the place. We should be banding together right now. You need to wake up because your liberties are getting taken away from you, all because of fake news that's out there.
My name is Daisy Haro. I'm a single working mother of a 5-year-old little boy. Why does Dr. Fauci, the director of the National Institute for Allergy and Infectious Diseases, want for us to focus on the number of cases, but not the number of deaths?
So we have been instructed or advised to include COVID-like illness on the diagnoses of most of our charts if they have fever and cough. So that goes against everything we've been taught as a PA or a provider or physician. When we diagnose, you state strictly facts. And right now we're being pressure from the hospital because they need funding because our hospital's about to go under because the volumes are so low.
My name is Luke, and I was an associate pastor at a church about a year ago that can no longer meet. Why did we, as American citizens, voluntarily give away our First Amendment rights? Because Neil Ferguson told us to. Who is Neil Ferguson?
Ferguson is a professor at a college in London, but he's also something of an international celebrity. He is best known for his dire predictions about pandemics. On February 28th of this year, as the disease spread throughout Europe, Ferguson publicly endorsed the Chinese model of quarantine, specifically. Now keep in mind that as Ferguson spoke the words you're about to see, videos were circulating on the internet showing police in Wuhan throwing screaming citizens into the back of panel trucks and driving them to some unspecified internment somewhere.
One has to adopt the sort of community measures which have been adopted, particularly in places like Wuhan and China, where you try to reduce contacts between people in the community.
Today, the Telegraph newspaper reported that Neil Ferguson ignored his own lockdowns. While the rest of London stayed trapped indoors, indeed the rest of the country, Ferguson repeatedly invited his married mistress over to his apartment for sex. And then perhaps most striking of all, he was infected with the coronavirus at the time.
Who funded Neil Ferguson and his organization, the Abdul Latif Jameel Institute for Disease and Emergency Analytics? Both Ford and Amazon announced in 2019 that they were investing hundreds of millions of dollars, with Amazon planning an initial purchase of 100,000 vehicles. Amazon stocks hit an all-time high as it sees an unprecedented demand.
I'm Clay Stairs, a former high school teacher and a father of two and a current business owner. I'd like to ask you, why are we choosing to fundamentally change America forever? And why does Bill Gates have a patent for a cryptocurrency system using body activity data? Why does Bill Gates recommend banning social activity and your ability to peaceably assemble?
Which activities like mass gatherings may be, in a certain sense, more optional, and so until you're widely vaccinated, those may not come back at all.
Why do Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci want us to be required to take the vaccination that they created to kill the virus that Fauci made? It's almost like they made it.
So why is this happening? It's called a coup d'etat. A coup d'etat is the forcible removal of an existing government. Typically, it's an illegal, unconstitutional seizure of power by a political faction.
How did we not see it? Fauci, Gates, Bezos, and their plan to fundamentally change America for the worst. A plan hidden in plain sight. Adolf Hitler said, if you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, eventually people will come to believe it. Simply not a great idea to end the short film with Adolf Hitler quotes.
We're opening up our country. People want our country to open up. You know, we built the greatest economy anywhere in the world, nobody even close. I did it once, we're going to do it again, and it's going to be just as strong by the time we have it done.
If you have the mental capacity and the physical capacity needed to share this show, do it. Get the truth out there. The truth, and only the truth, shall set us free. And now, without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, boom!